Yeah.
Hello and welcome to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast, also streaming at you with watch along versions on YouTube. This is Andrew.
And I am D.
And tonight we're finishing off the Fright Night duology, the original Fright Night duology, because you didn't want to do the new ones.
Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not.
Returning from the first film are William Ragsdale and Roddy McDowall, I realized when I watched Fright Night 2 for the first time, making Fright Night our fourth William Ragsdale movie, which is he's now one behind Jamie Lee Curtis or two behind Jamie Lee Curtis. Two behind Jamie Lee Curtis. But I can't think of anything else we would watch William Ragsdale in. No, he's only at 3. I'm wrong, because he's not in Mannequin 1.
No, that's right. Andrew McCarthy.
That's Andrew McCarthy, who is also in 2 Weekend at Bernie's. So he's tied with Andrew McCarthy right now. It's Jonathan Silverman we need to find something to catch up on, which may be... Caddyshack would do that. I'm just saying. We do the Caddyshacks. McCarthy, he's tied. Okay, so...
I think you really want to see Caddyshack too.
I got my cat. I'm fine with Caddyshack too. I got no
with Jackie Mason.
I got no issues. Is he dead yet? I feel like
I thought he did.
He must have died. He must have died because he would have had a rough 5 last years. Okay, so Fright Night Part 2, 1988. There's a bunch about the making of it we'll talk about during it, or more the production of it, or the post-production of it. But are you ready, sir? All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. So
we're immediately jumping into the flashbacks.
Like a very fast flashback sequence, right?
Yeah.
Because at this point, people had seen this on video and on cable, so you didn't have to do a 5-minute flashback like in the Rocky movies.
Where it's its own sequence, the flashback.
Yep. Okay, so you warned me about the hair.
Told you.
I would argue that the hair helps his acting. It makes him look younger. It makes him seem like a dipshit, which makes him more sympathetic than he was in the first one.
I think he's less sympathetic in this.
Okay. But then we have the shrink.
Here's the setup that he's here we go.
This is like the worst casting of a psychiatrist in a movie ever.
But he's playing against type because he's always,
and he works out by the end of it. But at this point, I'm just the final, I
don't mind what they do with him.
No, not at all. This one works out. But so Fright Night, I don't know why it didn't go to Sony, which I should have looked up. But the reason it had such a weird release, Fright Night Part 2, is because it was produced by the Melendez father.
Oh, wow.
And so his murder collapsed his organization, which then fucked up distribution. It came out in 2 theaters and then straight to video. And took maybe 25, 30 years to come out OAR. Like it was always pan and scan. And then finally it came out. So that's why it has a complicated history and a weird release. And supposedly they were talking about a third one the day that the kid the day or the day before the kids killed him.
Mm.
All right. So speaking of
Wonder,
William Ragsdale,
I wonder if he would have been down for 3 because Roddy would have done it for
yeah.
sure.
So it was Roddy saying that he was down for it. Yeah, I don't know. Would he have been down for it? Maybe. He did Mannequin 2 on the move. Like
Yeah, but
Fright
that
Night
was,
3.
that was supposed to be his solo gig there. I'm a
Yeah.
leading man here in Mannequin 2.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I hope William Ragsdale was more self aware.
And the comic book kind of helped this along too. So it was quite popular. It also had a adaptation,
That's right.
which was a graphic novelization.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the. Okay, so we've got Tim Metcalf, this Miguel, the second guy who directed Screamers 2, and then Tommy Lee Wallace. So there is a horror movie like thing to this. It's kind of weird. It's like if Fright Night
Oh
Part 2
yeah,
had
they
done
all.
well, bad match shot. What can you do?
Yeah.
But if this had done better, I feel like we would have seen more Tommy Lee Wallace on in the movies as opposed to on TV.
Mm.
So the setup here is, yeah, William Ragsdale is going there to tell Roddy McDowell that they shared a hallucination about the vampires. Girlfriend Tracy Lind, credited as Tracy Lynn, 10 years before she basically retired.
Yeah, she showed up in a lot around this time.
Mm-hmm.
She was an up and comer.
So,
Peter Vincent is just a lonely old man.
mm-hmm, who's
This
clearly come into more money than he had in the first one.
is definitely before the age of the fanboy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I
Mm.
dare to ask what how the new one works with that, but the other weird thing about this is that like he's going to give Roddy McDowell bad news, but he frames it as like a I haven't it's like a reunion visit. Like it's okay, so here we go. Just like in the first movie, we're not gonna fuck around.
Yeah, plain as day or night. It's happening all over again. What you looking at, Charlie?
There was some trivia note on IMDb that the cinematographer Mark Irwin was super excited to do this because it shot Panavision and he'd never done that before. And I was kind of
Mm.
like, that's nice. I wish they'd still gotten somebody better. Like Tommy Lee Wallace is a good enough director to cover a lot of it, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's our fucking 80s horror movie Blue Light, you know? I fucking hated Blue Light.
Creaky haunted mansion elevator.
Mm-hmm. Building's interesting. Like we'll talk about some of the similarities of the first one, but also where it deviates. But one of the things is he's got the girlfriend to get at the beginning of the movie. There's no romantic pursuit in this, though we're gonna see an interesting parallel to his relationship with Amanda Bierce in a second here. Puppet Master 1, was that 88 or 89?
Might have been 89.
I
As
it,
earliest, it could be 88, late 88, because that's when a lot of those started dropping.
it made me wonder if they'd gotten the idea from this, since Puppet Master is an old Dark House movie with a lot of fucking puppets, like Mystery Mansion movie, I guess. All right, so
I liked Waxwork. That was a good one.
yeah, the Zach Galligan. Did he do the second one?
He did the second one. Friggin' Deborah Foreman tapped out.
Okay.
They replaced her. I don't know. Gosh. I don't know why she didn't do it, but yes.
Yep. And it's basically a Tangerine Dream. Like
Yeah, it's a riff on Fidel's, sort of.
this, well, it's Fidel again.
Oh, it
So
is.
yeah,
Okay.
like this whole thing feels like a fucked up risky business at times. Like,
There she is.
yep.
It's Julie Carmen as tonight's big bad.
And I think we get a jump scare. Yep, from her coming off to the side. Yeah, but we are not gonna mess around with the vampire stuff at all in this one, like even less than the first one. Okay, so in the first movie, it opens with Charlie trying to get it on with his girlfriend and he's rushing her. So, what's happening in Fright Night Part 2? He's trying to get it on with his new girlfriend and he's going to rush her. I was just like, this is a weird, like, character trait of his. Like, it's a problematic character trait.
Yeah, he's a little too hot blooded.
Yeah, especially when he's got. Oh, how long does it take for the? Okay, here we go. They're just down there hugging. But wait,
I'd really like her.
I feel like she's somebody else who if this had come out like in a real release, she would have been able to get some traction after it.
Yeah.
Because the only other thing I've seen her in is in The Mouth of Madness.
Hmm.
I can't think
I
of what
just
else she's in.
think she's perfect in this part. She does it well.
He's got a
So is
different,
Tracy Lynn too.
yeah.
She's really good too.
She's got an independent girlfriend arc in this too. Like it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
The genders from the first one kind of flip in a way.
Yeah.
But I think we're about to get our cat people homage here. That's what I really liked about this. The Tommy Lee Wallace is like Tom Holland did a few homages, but Tommy Lee Wallace is all about it. Like,
Hmm.
but yes, so Cat People 1982 had a chase scene that might have even started in the first one. The pool is in the first one, the original of 41 or whatever, 40.
Mm.
But we're
I haven't
also
seen
not
it in so
gonna,
long.
yeah. It's got some really cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get continuing our not messing around. we're gonna meet Louis.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So this was after Near Dark, because at times
Oh
it
yeah.
feels like the vampires hanging out was very post Near Dark.
Oh, the bowling alley scene
Yeah.
is that's so lifted from.
We never determined where this scary campus is, but it's filmed in LA.
Yeah.
There's some great LA street scenery in a bit. But this is different too because the vampires in the first one was there was just one and he didn't
Yeah, now we have the
stalk
entourage.
them. Yeah. This is like the most 1988 movie ever. It's amazing.
Right? Looking like a music video.
Yep.
Tonight on Night Flight.
All right.
Oh, hear that? Here's a song. Louie Louie.
Because we need some nudity in the movie.
Here we go.
Yep.
Now, he is not a werewolf.
He's not. What is he?
He's a vampire.
Who just
These are those, Dracula-fied vampires who can turn, remember Bram Stoker's Dracula?
yeah, but doesn't he die? Well,
Like all of them take different forms of,
mhm.
vampires.
Well, and then they got their familiar in this one. This guy's going to be a hoot in a bit.
Oh man.
But we got POV vampire bat shots. Like Tommy Lee Wallace is doing a vampire movie. It's funny because like he never really got out of John Carpenter's shadow, but when
Oh,
this is a much better vampire movie than vampires. Like,
oh shit. Oh, it ain't Alex.
uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
wow.
See, come on, that mullet makes him look 15. Look at that. He looks like the little brother from Perfect Strangers. No, not Perfect Strangers. Though weren't there didn't what's his face have a mullet like that at one point? The little brother on Hogan Family. One of them had a terrible mullet and it looked like that.
They both had a mullet, I think, at one point.
it just gives him
Twins.
a, because he's 25 in this one. Like,
The Hogan family.
so we're later going to establish that Charlie and company go to a community college. I think it's called Tri-State Community College or Tri-City. And his dormitory has a private bathroom. So, oh, he's got a predator on the wall there. So even though Charlie was in therapy over believing in vampires, he still
watches horror films.
There's a pushover poster, Kim Novak and Fred McMurray. Women's prison, sex kittens in college. This is a production designer gone wild. Much better than the car pictures from the first one.
Yeah. Mustang enthusiast Charlie Brewster.
Mm-hmm. So
here we go.
Yep. Fright Night 2 is like basically this vampire seduction movie. It's like really, the first one doesn't have all this. Like, it doesn't go into detail with it because they wouldn't have given Amanda Bierce that much to do. But like this whole one, it's just, oh, it's gonna get so good. So weird.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's they put a different spin on, the first movie.
Yeah. Like, they don't make the same movie. They make some weird nods toward the first movie, but like this whole thing, this is all on its own. Like,
yeah.
you get the big eyes for Innocent Blood in a few years too. Okay, so who's coming to see him? Can't even remember. Is this is this James Kirk Jr.?
Dr. David Marcus.
I didn't even recognize him the first one. No, oh, that's right. Oh wow, Charlie is so needy.
Right?
Oh, there was a motor trend over there. Charlie is still reading about the cars.
All American boy. I don't know. She's a little more likable than Amy, I think, too.
Yeah. And she gets a lot more to do. Well, see, I always thought she turned into a vampire. Like, I thought that was I thought she was the big bad and she was just tricking him the whole time. I don't know why I thought that, but that's what I always thought about it. But
that might have been a pretty good twist.
Yeah. All right. So they're thuggish. Their thuggish familiar chauffeur has a Renfield thing with bugs. It's freaking awesome. And apparently it was that actor's idea.
Yeah, that's Brian Thompson, right?
Yeah.
big on you know, the horror TV, the big bad of Stallone's Cobra.
Hmm. This would have been post Cobra too.
Yeah, this is post Cobra.
Isn't there a scene in Mannequin 2 where Christy Swanson has to put him to bed too? Oh, this is gross.
Bleh.
Okay. Do they wait? They don't waste any time, right? He's about to get his first dose of sunlight.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Charlie Brewster is in college. The trailer and stuff. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, so that was a busy first day of the movie too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything about dead students. There are no cops in this. There's no cop subplot.
Uh
Is there?
Something comes up.
Okay.
Can't really spoil it just yet, but something does.
Okay. This where they establish the bowling suggestion. It's like in Weekend at Bernie's 2 when they talk about going to St. Thomas or wherever they went, but didn't even really go there.
Yeah.
That's what bowling is like in this. Like, if there had been a Fright Night bowling alley or something, like,
Uh, I like this movie too much.
well, yeah, there's too
It's
much
too
action.
good.
There are too many scenes. Like, they're, they're rising action. Like,
Yeah, this actually,
there's character development. We didn't get any character development between him and the girlfriend in the first one.
no.
Okay, so they've just made a date for later, and here
There we go.
comes David Marcus.
Dr. David Marcus.
Can't borrow my blue silk tie or something.
Gosh, he's very 88.
Yeah.
Man, that suit.
Yep. Looked like some shoulder pads there. Yep.
Either that or he's going to a American Psycho dress up party.
So now Charlie's on his way to his date, but it turns out
Uh,
his
look who's there.
friend, who you can barely recognize wearing what appears to be a different outfit, is hanging out with.
It's the turtleneck
Hmm,
and the wide shot when he drove past it.
okay.
And there it looks like he's back to wearing what he was wearing before.
Do I have time to follow them and stand up my girlfriend at the it's a Mahler concert, which they actually like reference again later. Like I think those plates were California too.
Yeah. And yes, the it's not on a back lot anymore.
No, it's not. It's on a
These are
very
actual locations.
yes. These are
It's a bigger world.
he's he's gonna I think it's this shot here. He walks in front of this very California looking house. I don't know. As we say this, maybe we should check and see if it really was filmed in LA.
I think so.
I mean, it would make
It looks too
sense.
much like
Yeah.
California somewhere.
Okay. So we're on the second night of the movie still. Like he stood his girlfriend up and now he's following them back to Roddy McDowell's house. Like that's something else that I feel like they underplay is that it is
Yeah, they
Roddy
don't really
McDowell's house, apartment building. Sorry, yeah.
they don't really make it clear till
What am I looking for? Los Angeles, UCLA, USCSU, 1000 California Street is the layers address.
uh,
So this building, presumably. So yeah, this is the shot where I'm like, that is a very California, that is a very LA street behind him.
oh, definitely.
Well, I feel like the first one was also kind of empty of other people, like besides mom, him, girlfriend, Chris Sarandon, the familiar, and Ed and Roddy
It was really
McDowell.
small.
Yeah. Whereas this one's very tons of
They did,
people.
yeah, they did well with this, with sort of expanding.
Mm-hmm. What a jackass boyfriend. But wait.
Uh, Jonathan agrees.
This is like his biggest role I've ever seen him in, I think.
He's been nursing that hairline since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks the same. And he could have, you know, gone on with the horror thing, but it, he plays it pretty well between this and the Monster Squad,
Mm-hmm.
where he did play the Wolfman.
Well, the human version of the
The
Wolfman. He did
human,
not.
yeah,
He
where
didn't do
he
man in
turned into
suit.
a
Yeah.
werewolf and shrank. Him in his wolf form is like 5'2". He's what, 6 foot?
So now Charlie's realizing that vampires might be real.
Uh-oh.
And Roddy McDowell's going to get a nice arc in this one, even
Yeah.
though he basically doesn't even come back in until 32 minutes in here. But like,
Right. I bet you he was hoping they made a series of these.
you could do it. You could easily get.
Roddy was still around. He would have been game.
You could have gotten one. I bet you could have gotten one movie, a TV movie pilot, and at least 2 seasons out of this.
A series. I don't know if Roddy probably would have did the series.
No, he would have been on. He would have done every few episodes, and otherwise just been on the TV show, the Fright
Yeah.
Night.
But he would have done the movies.
Yeah, you just do it as a. You do it. You introduce the new Charlie Brewster, right? Like William Ragsdale comes. It's like basically we're talking about doing Highlander, but with Fright Night.
You know, from certain angles with that mullet,
Oh, he does have a
Ragsdale
little. Yeah.
he looks like a white Mario Lopez.
I like how it doesn't match between shots. Like sometimes he's got like
Sometimes it's longer,
three little
sometimes
things
it's tighter.
going. Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
Aw,
See, it's
it's
all
just
fake.
funny. What's going on, guys?
Stop it. You're ruining the fun here. See, we're all having fun, guys.
See, look at this gigantic apartment in this building. Like,
Right? What the? This nightclub at the top of
yep.
this. It looks like a Talking Heads video.
But this is more. This is like the first time we've seen them work together like this. Because in the
Yeah,
first movie, it was more Ed and Amanda Beers.
right. Because they were the disbelievers, and
Mm-hmm.
he was very frightened. He was always pretty good too.
Yeah.
Another Hollywood casualty gone too soon.
Yeah. I also wonder if this had gotten a regular theatrical release, it must have been screwed up because how could like Sony not have picked this up? But
I know.
like when it went into trouble.
I remember seeing commercials for it, but it wasn't playing anywhere. Like it
Well, I
was.
think I think it was so bad that it was like ready to go out. And then when he
Uh,
got killed, the business went to shit and they couldn't like distribute movies anymore and shit. Like it was just over.
uh, uh,
So
now here we go with some
yep.
familiar melodies here.
Like this sort of the late 80s music video motif. There are great examples of it.
Yeah, this does look very much like a music video. The smoke and very 88.
Yep.
I can remember a time and a place.
Guy looks like Millie Vanilli behind him. Like it is a wonderful time capsule to an unappreciated sort of era.
There's a spot I wish we could pause where I don't think it's her.
Pretty much every guy in this movie
See, look at that.
besides
That
no, I
face
don't
is a
think
little too hard.
I don't think that's her.
See right there?
Yeah. No.
Now that's her right there.
That's her. I think she no, that was definitely not her. I think I don't know, maybe she said no to the they hadn't figured out how to do the makeup without hurting her eyes yet or something like
I don't know, because that other face was a little too damn hard.
yeah. And now we've just completed the Mannequin 2 dance sequence.
Right?
Ding, 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 ding.
Ragsdale and his damn dance sequences. Oh, see?
Very 80s, very late 80s LA, performance artists and all that.
Yeah, she was so good. Uh, why did Julie Carmen disappear? Man, that
See,
voice.
there's a logical explanation for everything. Oh, he forgot her, and now he's going to try to go.
Yeah, right back to where this thing is already practically over with.
But if they had gotten a real distribution deal, the soundtrack might have been better. Like not the Brad Fiedel, but the you might have actually recognized some of the musical artists. Oh, okay. So now Roddy McDowell's realizing something.
Yeah, something's up. This is a little too
Well, too real.
and somebody wheels in a mountain of that red tinted coke from Blade 2. Vampire cocaine.
Get the mirror, flashback to the first one, or reference to the first one. And look, they're not there dancing.
The same compact too. Thankfully he didn't drop it this time.
Now she's
Yes.
about to.
Yeah, she's balls to the wall about to just tell him.
But not in a Bond villain
this.
kind of way.
Damn, she's so good. Mm. Yes. Here's where we find out.
Yep.
Mm. Well,
So we get a motive for the villain. We get
yeah.
a tie into the first one.
You
Then
have
we get
a sister.
we get a bat a lot sooner than we did in the first one.
Yeah, because now there's just no secrets.
No. And
She's
so,
clearly out for revenge.
oh, but Charlie's out living that college life.
Yeah. Charlie is always distracted as usual.
Oh, no one will be seated during the performance. Wah! I don't have a ticket either.
Holy crap. I just realized we could edit some of his footage into a Spider-Man picture.
Oh, because I was thinking you could edit some of this footage into Mannequin 2 with the
No.
jailhouse scene.
Well, yeah, maybe that. And
Oh, yeah. Like,
not that far off because
no.
he's still.
Yeah.
Does he have the mullet? Mannequin too?
No.
No. It's cut.
No.
No. Trailer shot. Trailer clip. I'll say clearly a mask.
Did he ever like do a oddball sidekick on a sitcom?
He ended up on Martin for like the first 3 years, I think. Yeah, he was on Martin,
Okay.
but he was more Garrett Morris's sidekick on there.
Hmm.
It was funny on there, but it other movies like he was in Real Genius,
He was in Real Genius, but he was only at
played
the end.
Laszlo. Yeah, he,
Yeah.
he only appeared
You
later
know, a
on.
couple times and then yeah. But
He just played oddballs, period. You
yeah,
know,
I feel like he never got the right break. Like,
no, not until I guess Napoleon Dynamite is
right,
when.
and then it's like a little late. Like
Yeah, that was way later.
getting a break when you're 55 or whatever is okay, so this is a fucking awesome sequence. Like very trailer shot, very also because the first one was 85, so it had not you hadn't had a lot of you hadn't had a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street sort of establishing what you could do
No,
with dreamy sequences yet. But this one,
that's really
88,
good.
yeah, you had
And
had
it's
that.
also very, old school vampire
Yep,
instead of just flapping as a bat in the
right.
room.
Charlie's fucking little note that he wrote, like,
Oh, wow.
yep.
Wow. Yeah. Poor Peter Vincent.
Mm-hmm. His little portcullis or whatever with his candles and garlic and crosses. Yeah.
It's always dusk in this movie.
Yep. Like,
The sky looks like Night of the Comet.
so we're gonna learn in a few scenes that like the girlfriend in this has relative superpowers in a way. We'll see it in a bit. But like he she's got this doof of William Ragsdale.
Yeah.
Like,
He's such a, clod. You do almost wonder what the hell. Did you see in this cat?
Yeah, the mullet, obviously. Though everybody in the movie has a mullet, so it can't be that.
That's 88, the year of the mullet.
So KPLP Agriculture News suggests that he's on some shitty public access. So it's like, is he doing Fright Night? He lives off the residuals of his movies, and now he does Fright Night for,
Local.
yeah. But this is such a great little subplot coming in the second act. Regine, Julie Carmen.
Did he really? The dude really have to be wearing a medallion and shit?
Of course he did. Um,
He wasn't already shitty enough.
It's taking over Peter Vincent's show, taking over Fright Night, this actual vampire.
Which again is fucking amazing.
Yep.
Which
And
later
now we
on,
get
I
this.
would say Joss Whedon stole the idea for the Buffy comic. He had one of his vampire characters become a talk show host.
Oh. Now we've got him having a Kevin Smith type flip out about her not liking vampire stuff.
Because she's an intellectual.
And then he's like, wait.
So Charlie's still the eternal fanboy. Where was this early on?
I mean, yeah, I mean, like the running around or talking, it's more like an Evil Ed type behavior than Charlie from the first one. But that was just because he was so leaden. But okay, so here we get a big twist.
Uh, uh,
Hmm. So you would think you would have told him who she was.
uh,
Yep, he's out of here.
it's like we've been through this before, dummy. Oh,
Yep.
same car, I think.
We got a shitty kid extra scene going in the background there. The mom was dragging the child, the misbehaving child. So he can't help himself. He's looking at necks. They just look so yummy. Well, that's a weird thing.
Ah,
Oh, garlic.
whoa.
Ew. And meanwhile, she's smoking over the pizzas.
Right.
The psychiatrist isn't there today. Uh,
Everything's falling apart at once. Oh, see, here we
yep.
go.
Merritt Buttrick was found dead.
Shit just got real.
Wait, did he just say
Very
22
rough
years
22.
old? Because he said he'd been in college for 6 years. So he started at 16.
Say, hey, Peter ain't home.
I believe you. Like, just, oh,
That's not gonna happen.
I think we're starting to get some subtle pale makeup on him here, too.
Yeah, yeah, because eventually he does start to look very near death.
Got his
Turn it over.
windbreaker on, 1988. Got to have your windbreaker on. So the
Think,
familiars clomping around. But look, the coffins. Look how many there are.
right? It makes you wonder who they would have decided to turn as opposed to
Uh-huh.
who they fed on.
Because that first victim didn't get turned.
Uh-uh. Okay, there's that guy.
Now Charlie doesn't have any stakes with him, so it's gonna break the chair. I thought this was great. I'm just like, I don't think we ever find out what he was doing down further. Because, oh, you know what? That's right. He was hitting his spots for snacks.
Oh yeah, looking for bugs.
Mm-hmm. That would explain it. Yep, there
Yeah.
you go. Yum yum. Good for you. Protein.
And you go. Oh, oh. Well, they said in Candyman, Tony Todd got paid $1,000 for every bee sting,
Mm,
and they had a sequence where they put all the bees on his face. Or how much Brian Thompson got paid to eat all the bugs?
right.
Or did they say, "Hey, there's a clause. It was your idea.
Yep. Like, oh, you'll do it for free? Sure.
And go ahead, eat them. Go ahead. Those aren't union bugs anyway."
All right, so now we're establishing this elevator and back, which is going to end up being really important because just like the first one, Fright Night Two's got a fucking badass third act. Like
Yes.
pulling out all the stops, not messing
Pretty.
around.
Now that I see this, it's reminiscent of Predator 2, elevator and all.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right. The elevators, yes. Elevators were very big in the 80s. Die Hard, of course.
And there she is. You can end this, Charlie. Stay strong. But nope.
She sent him fire vision and it reflected.
He's got they got devil dog eyes.
Yep.
He is now a
Revealing,
disciple of the Hound of Hell.
yep, revealing that what we've been suspecting for a while that she's turning our hero into a vampire.
Wake up, Charlie.
How did I get outside? Am I late for another concert? Okay, so this is what I was talking about. She's a
Oh, yeah,
speed
she
reader.
speed reads.
And this is actually going to be important later. Like her having sped read Dracula is going to pay off.
Yep.
I'm just kind of like, was this a thing they were trying to get people to do in the 80s?
That's why I say it's the nods to Dracula are really good
They are, and they're not like
in the
if
fact that he chooses that form.
mhm.
Like, you know,
And if Brian Thompson does come up with it himself, that means that like the Dracula thing was going on elsewhere too. Like,
mhm.
yeah. Aw, he's gonna buy her a cup of coffee. He's an okay guy.
Okay, maybe he did plan on turning her. Because why go through all this just to feed?
He says something in a second,
Mm.
I think. Yeah. Oh no, it's the boyfriend. He actually showed up. Bowling. Like
And the
a
guy,
repeat bowling gag. Like,
uh-oh.
so the thing about this is though, what's their end game with all the rising victim count? Like that never gets addressed.
I think they're just doing their thing while Regine just plays out her
Okay.
plot, gets her revenge and all that. They just get to play. They get
Yeah.
to do their thing. They're just her minions.
Hold on, Charlie. I'm speed reading to the end. Bram Stoker's Dracula is not a great book. Not at all.
Coppola made an awesome movie, though.
Aw, she forgives him. They're gonna study. Roddy McDowell drinking and driving. That sounds good.
He's once again at the end of his rope. They just never let him get a breather.
Nope. But I mean, this is the thing. So you've got them in the library and they're basically entirely alone. So this one just has a much nicer balance with that supporting like making it feel like a fuller, not backlot existence. Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Oh, that's not funny. That's gross. body humor's not, decapitation humor's not funny, Louis.
The Janet Jackson background dancer says nothing.
Well, no, because it's time for TV.
It's time for Fright Night.
So the roadside bar that Roddy McDowell has found is watching local access horror movies, thinking that it's
Yeah,
him.
it's noise in the background.
The bartender would recognize him as the dude if they watch the show.
Yeah, it's noise in the background.
Let's watch.
It's
Right.
it's the
But
night.
wait.
It's the night Tommy Jarvis, not Tommy Jarvis. Oh shit! It's the night Tommy Doyle shows up.
Oh
Okay,
man.
and again, I think in this sequence, there's another shot that's so clearly not her.
Well, yeah, at some point they got to get a dancer.
There's that hard face, whatever.
You think so? All right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's
like you could tell when it's really her, and then because black folks watch so much TV. I see you before, man. I used to buy weed for my cousin. Uh-oh. He's back now.
yep. There we go. Roddy McDowell taking charge.
He's like, damn, can I come with you? They should have brought the brother in. Bring in Winston.
They bring him in, and then they just don't save Charlie because he's already got a new sidekick.
Oh. Okay, watch this. Wait a minute. There's a part. It comes quick, I think. You only see it for a few
I
frames.
can't believe that this would
Look. See?
Yeah.
Look at that. What is
Is that an early
what is that?
makeup thing? What is that?
She looks like Helena Bonham Carter. What the fuck?
Char-
Yeah, it's too much.
Hey, I thought that was interesting. I love this. I love it. It's like because she doesn't know anything about Regine yet, right?
No. She doesn't believe anything quite yet.
Mm,
But then again, she wasn't really humoring them either.
no.
See, now there she is again.
When she can introduce the movie. Like,
That was a long ass dance sequence.
right? Long ass modern art dance sequence. And
Unless
you're
the bar
fucking
was literally around a corner.
Oh,
They put
that's
a
right.
commercial break. They put
How
a commercial
fucking
break
far?
in there.
Yeah, that's right. He got back to the studio before. That's not the first bar Peter Vincent stopped at, I think is what we're getting out of this.
The station was so janky, they put a commercial break in the middle of the dance sequence. Uh-oh.
trailer shot.
Yeah.
Hey dude, it's party time. I can see them trying that as a thing. Now we get another college library sequence, much like Teen Wolf 2. He's finally not here. It'll be okay.
Oh, see? He had two masks.
Yep.
See?
Shoves roses in his face.
Not a werewolf. See that Spirit Halloween animatronic?
Yep.
Oh, Dr.
Oh,
Seaton would
they are
say
coming
so.
out of the commercial here. If you hadn't speed read Dracula, I would have been in real trouble.
Right? Uh,
Um, those shots of her introducing didn't match.
no, because she was looking off the side of her,
Yeah,
like she was side eyeing the camera, and then
yeah. Even if there are two cameras, she wouldn't then be directly facing the other
right, she wouldn't
one.
be
Yeah.
directly facing the yeah.
Oh, the cops got us.
Oh, that guy,
Mm.
the fake Reginald Bell Johnson.
That was the other thing. Roddy McDowell's hair looks a lot better in this one.
Yeah, it's not that somebody slapped some powder on. It's probably closer to what his actual hair was.
Mm. Okay, so he's going to get sent off to the state mental hospital. Meanwhile, William Ragsdale's waiting for Hollywood to break him out.
Oh yeah, sure. The oh boy.
Okay, so presumably she's going to tell him. Okay, so she's dating her boyfriend's psychiatrist, and she's like his star student. They both think he's nuts. That seems problematic. Okay, so Peter Vincent just got rushed to the state mental hospital. It's amazing how much they pack in because this does not take long. Here we have some
No.
guy who clearly thought he was going to be the next Dean Cameron and was not.
This guy actually I think is a friend of he's a crony of Johnny Depp's.
Oh, wow.
He
Cool.
appeared as like a drug dealer on 21 Jump Street a couple of times. And is one of the few white people to use the word nappy correctly
On Jump Street?
on Jump Street. He's dressing down one of his girls and he literally says something about her hair being really nappy. So sold it pretty good to him.
Okay, so now the plan is they're going to drive to the mental hospital and he's going to use his state medical card to get Peter Vincent out of the medical hospital.
Allegedly.
But wait, there's a train.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait for the train to come on. Again, not the type of character Ernie Sabella normally plays, but
I have so many questions about that too. How did he make a train stop with no train there?
well, it's like Superman's I could put the Great Wall of China back together with vision power.
Okay.
Some vampires have it. Uh,
Yeah, so I mean, she's done more vampire fighting than Charlie's done.
yeah. Well, clearly Alex is a slayer.
It's a good point. She just needs to do a roundhouse kick.
Just doesn't know it. Maybe, maybe Peter Vincent is her watcher.
Hmm.
Now there's a great way to start. This is supposed to be funny. This before they perfected turning into dust for vampires
Yeah.
or
And now
big
the
melting sequences.
presumably, yes, he was telekinetically controlling the train
Yep.
gate. All right, so now we're back at the apartment building. So presumably on the ride home, she told him everything because he's going to be caught up at this point.
Well, he's really under the thrall there.
Mm-hmm.
Alex just not at all thinking like a horror movie girlfriend.
No, because we've only got, what is that, 20 ish, 25-ish minutes left. Like,
Yeah. She's so good because she's, thinking right off the top of her head there.
mm-hmm.
That voice. Look at a man. She's Axel Foley in her way through this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with this crate right here. Yeah,
Catches on right away. We don't have to worry about
this guy
everything in
just
this town
Thought he was
is,
so up and
yeah,
coming.
yeah. But wait,
Oh,
kind of looks like Ezra Miller too.
it's wild because on Jump Street he plays this completely dangerous friggin' like don't mess with me drug dealer.
He's somebody else who you could have seen them taking along, like more seriously than the guy at the bar.
They could have had a team, dude.
Uh,
This would have been a badass vampire hunting team. Fuck Charlie.
that's what I'm saying. They realize they don't need him, so they don't go pick him up until it's too late. Then it's like really sad.
He's
And
he's
Alex,
lost to us.
yeah, and Alex decides she's gonna hunt vampires, and he'll be the watcher. Yeah, fine.
He's the first one down.
They just fucking raided this church. Like, back to the matte painting.
Speaking of paintings, the cover art to Fright Night Part 2 is very, very, very reminiscent of the cover art to, I believe it's Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Yes, the smoke thing. Yes,
Yeah, the covers are nearly identical.
and that's only like 2 years apart. That seems very.
Yeah. I almost forgot about that shit till
Well, because the other Fright Night 2 posters, the
the
reverse
fangs.
silhouette fangs thing. Yeah.
Yeah. One of them is like the face, right? With the fangs.
Yeah, that one. But unlike the first movie, Peter Vincent's prepared with all of his movie vampire hunting gear.
Yeah.
It's very Captain Kronos vampire hunting gear. I don't know. I haven't seen Captain Kronos vampire hunting.
Gee, how come no figure company is giving us our Peter
Right?
Vincent action figure?
Look at all those accessories.
Look at those gadgets.
So now we get this scene in because they got to get around the apartment building. I feel
Oh, they
like
made it. They made it that far. That's crazy.
this is a lost trope. Like now that we have the technology that people can do climbing on the outside of buildings all day long, we never do it anymore.
No.
Whereas everything else was trying to perfect the matte painting. But yeah, so I mean, Alex is the hero of this one. It's
Yeah, she
the
kicks
chick
ass.
saving the dude. Hiding behind the curtains as one does. And oh look,
He's alive.
he got out of the morgue without incident.
Yeah, still wearing his
He's
clothes.
in okay. What is on his PJs there? Williams
Oh,
Ragsdale's got on PJs and there's something on the shirt pocket.
well, it's
Presu-
probably a what you call it.
well, no, it's not. I don't think they're his. I think she gave them to him. Okay, so now Charlie's about to be a vampire.
He's gonna be borderline.
They really don't talk about the rules in this very much.
Not really.
Yep. Ah, but wait.
Whoa.
Yep.
And he goes out very much like Evil Ed because he wasn't a vampire very long.
Well, I mean, that's like a nice thing that they like by not dealing with all that, they remain loose. Now, this is a reference to the first one, which had the window shot. Oh, Charlie's turning.
That was definitely a trailer shot. 'Cause that's the main thing I remember from the trailer.
Thank goodness we had this stolen blanket. All right.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh god, that really. Oof.
But
Down he
that's
goes.
it. That's it for him, right? No.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, he has his cheesy line. Jonathan agrees, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so they're in her apartment. There's all this crap. There's also a nightclub somewhere in here.
She basically has the entire floor because
Right. This is, I think, supposed to be the nightclub set. Yeah, because the piano's
yeah,
there.
that's it.
Too slow, Charlie. Too slow.
Oh, but he's not a vampire.
That was a really good
Yeah,
shot there. I feel like Tommy Lee Wallace. I want to see some more Tommy Lee Wallace.
yes, he did this really well. Oh,
Yeah, Charlie's definitely got on a lot of white makeup at this point.
yeah, he's on the border there. She's so intimidating without having to, you know.
Trying to think. I mean,
Oh,
good guys going bad was also a sequel trope to some extent.
all right, Indiana Jones
Hmm.
for that
When
little like
they
2
learned
minutes.
not to do it, right? Like they're like, hey, this is a really bad idea. We probably shouldn't do it. I love that the familiar knows how to prepare hair. Like, oh, Charlie.
Whole thing is, he would have to, right?
Right.
They
Yeah.
can't see in mirrors. That's just fucking genius. They did that.
Mm. Is this going to have a really bad ending? Oh, no, wait, she loves him. Oh, can't leave these contacts in much longer. But wait,
Ah,
it's been daylight this whole time and nobody noticed. The familiar is not keeping track of the time.
yeah, that's another trailer shot right there. That got me. I was like, no, they got Charlie.
He's fighting it. Yeah.
Hey.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh. And of all the stuff that could kill him, this is what takes him out.
Just fucking wait. Oh.
Yes. He goes out like Homie in Creepshow.
Gross. Gross.
That looked like the Arnold dummy from Terminator.
Yep. Yep. The one little bug climbing up. All right. So even though it's daylight, that has not had anything to do with their action sequence here. This is entirely Charlie fighting
Yeah,
the
fighting back.
vampire inside. And so now the ceremonial tablecloth here is going to give us a very nice, yep, a lot of melting man effects there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite as impressive as the first one, but pretty
No.
good for not having Richard Edlund. All right, so she's mad.
Yeah.
But wait,
She's pissed.
guess what? It's fucking sunny out. But just like the first
Now,
one,
right, we have kind of a remix version of
we got to continue the action.
the sequence in the first movie. Uh,
Don't they split up? Yes.
yeah, because they showed a very important prop that they
Yeah.
ran by.
Splitting up makes it feel like you're not in the final thing yet, right? Like you split up, presumably they're going to get back together before the finish.
Mhm.
But wait, we can't leave Charlie alone because he's helpless. So the two vampire hunters need to figure it out.
Well, it's only just her.
It's the last minute. This is their last chance to stop her.
Looks like they used whatever they put on Roddy's hair in the first movie on Charlie's face.
Yeah.
This is a good one though, because they both have to deal with her in this sequence.
And it's elaborate. Like we got our vertigo shots there for Tommy Lee Wallace, and then I think they made that staircase in Gotham Cathedral time.
Now, Tommy Lee Wallace did a Halloween.
Did he do three? Oh yeah, he did three. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think he did. Yeah. He did it was what he did after this. That's what he's sort of most famous for is the two-part
The
TV
TV
movie
version,
of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
which was really good.
All right. So now, following more Dracula motifs or details, they're putting wafers in the coffin to desecrate her unholy burial ground place.
Now, if they knew, the wafers could have been a nod to Evil Ed,
Ah.
who played the kid in Heaven Help Us. I think did he pass out during a sequence when they were feeding the wafers to the girls?
Yes. Yes, he did. I wonder. No, it's Dracula.
Yeah, it's very Dracula. But again, it's a great
Yeah. You don't see it a lot. So it's like a good
yeah.
there. I feel like that vampire mask was on the
Oh yeah, that was on Fangoria.
yeah.
That was like one of their big issues, I think.
Oh yeah, because I mean Fangoria would have been covering this and getting everybody excited
Yeah,
for
they
it. And then
covered everything about this movie. I remember the
oh,
bat. Yeah.
oh, not a happy bat. I like the bats having some personality, like being big enough to do shit and make faces. All right. Alex was gonna keep Charlie safe, but
Mm.
now we get our music back. Oh, a nice composite shot there.
Wow.
Look, you can't trust Roddy McDowell. You should
He's
just
a
be
coward.
you should just become a vampire.
Join me in the Legion of the Dead. There's no hope, Charlie. And Dum Dum really would have.
Yeah. But wait,
Oh.
Roddy McDowell's got an idea.
Yes. Oh.
Yep. And
Yeah.
yep. Roddy McDowell's like, oh shit, there's a fire. There's a fire in my basement.
Whoa.
Yep. They're showing off
Should
they
just
can
said to
do
hell with
a
it.
walking fire suit.
Woo. Well, goodbye, Charlie and Alex. Well,
Oh, they're fine. It's like the Ark of the Covenant.
or the end of Ghostbusters,
Hmm.
where the whole top floor is just blown the hell off.
Nice, nice meaty hand there. I was expecting her to flip them off, but no.
Oh, that's that. Another one down.
It bums me out that they don't get a final scene together.
Right?
Like, you don't need it in the first one because they don't really have an arc together, but in this one they do.
Yeah. He should have got a little something, something. I dig the music.
And now we get
The wrap up here.
yep.
They're both wearing
So
crosses.
one thing that they don't really talk about is that if she his like I love you means that she's gonna drop out of school and marry him and raise kids. And that seems to be what she agreed to at the end there. So I feel like I wouldn't trust Charlie Brewster
No,
to be a sole provider. I'm just saying.
not at all.
No.
She'd have to be the breadwinner and the brains of the household.
Mm-hmm. Helping him, like, oh yeah. The third one would open with her like quizzing him for a job interview or something. So she speed reads. No,
Right.
I'm digging. This was good.
It's good, right?
This is good. This is when I was watching, I was thinking to myself, yeah, I remember the first time. Like I couldn't have been more than 10 or 11 when I was like, sometimes sequels are better than the original. Like,
Yeah, this is definitely the epitome of underrated.
yeah. And I mean, I get why it sort of didn't get really like it jumped from a bigger studio to like a smaller production company and
Yeah, this was totally studios botching the shit.
Yeah,
Because
like
people wanted to see Fright Night Part 2.
but 88, 89 was sort of the end of the Fangoria era. Once that could go direct to video, once
Yeah.
Blockbuster bought that shit, right? Like it didn't matter anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, that was where the Charles Band years.
Oh yeah, because he signed that deal with Paramount. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They really
Charles Band,
pushing at that. They were like,
Sam
people
Raimi,
love cheap shit.
who did those damn Maniac Cop movies, whoever that was.
Yeah. So I think Fantasy 2 Film Effects, they've got a familiar name. I didn't look them up, but it's not Richard Edlund again, but it is, they are somebody. Because at this point, you would have had people working on shit like Ghostbusters 2. You would have had ILM would have been booked up for other places. You were hitting the point where ILM being booked up was going to affect things down the line. Very cool. That is so.
Fantasy 2 film, yeah.
Yeah. And when we get to the music, there's an unfortunate Brad Fiedel wrote the very bad song. And they got some no name to produce it or to perform it. And I'm like, wouldn't it have been cool if you'd gotten somebody real to do it? Like Mannequin had Belinda Carlisle money, just saying.
Special makeup for Louis and Bosworth.
Yep. Apparently the Bosworth makeup was
Deborah
not
Holland.
Yes, Deborah Holland. The Bosworth makeup was not
normal age. Huh.
We call it. It was not comfortable for the actor.
Huh. I still want to know what that weird shit was with Regine.
The
Was that
fill-in
a
shots.
double or those weird fucking shots with the face?
Yeah, I bet it was a makeup that didn't take, like something that they did and it didn't work out. I wonder if that
Uh,
is Fangoria scanned anywhere? Like, probably not, unfortunately.
uh,
Yeah, so there you go. Friday Night 2. Cool. I want to see me some more Tommy Lee Wallace.
yeah, it was good.
All right. So, what the heck are we watching next time?
All right, we got to plan the next one. Thinking what, Predator?
You ready?
Maybe. I mean, we don't have to.
I'm ready. I'm ready for
Since everybody's on the prey,
yeah.
you know,
We got plenty of
bandwagon.
predators to go through. Plenty of predators. So, I guess that officially means that the summer of duologies
Not,
is over.
we can, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we could go back to duologies eventually.
Okay.
More of those too.
All right. So this is it, our impromptu season finale, and we will be back with Predator. Started kicking off the Predator series, the Hunter series, as it was once called. Yes.
Yeah. Predator. Ugh.
Oh, that's right. Tommy Lee Wallace did Aloha Summer.
Which one was that one?
Chris Makepeace in For a Hawaiian Vacation.
I always confuse that one with the one with there's one with Matt Adler from Teen Wolf. They both had similar, I guess, Hawaiian themed or surf themed kind of summer movies that nobody saw.
North Shore.
There you
Is
go.
that it? Yep. Oh wow, it
That
is
was it.
Hawaii. Oh, but that's the one with Nia Peoples.
Yeah, I think that's the one I remember more because Nia Peoples was in it.
So whatever happened to Chris Makepeace?
I don't know. He was on the verge, right? And then like Adam Baldwin completely went off, became a name.
I guess Vamp was a bad idea.
Oh, he's in Vamp.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys in Vamp, huh?
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, anyway, uh we're back with Predator. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Night, yo.